Welcome in. Just Kings coming up next. Welcome in to our new podcast. 5-3 loss against the Predators. Very disappointed here. I mean, there's no other real word to describe it. I mean, going into this game, I thought we'd have a bounce back game against Dallas, or from the Dallas game, but they just look terrible. I mean, they look good at spots, but the third period, that was terrible, and we'll get into the third period later. So, what are your just basic thoughts on the whole game?
Well, it feels like we're almost back to square one with the goaltending situation.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, dude, just a gut wrencher of a game like that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
The feeling's pretty damn bad. Obviously, 3-game losing streak and another back-to-back tomorrow, and a back-to-back game tomorrow. Like,
The good thing about this
we gotta
back-to-back is the Blackhawks are playing, or did play tonight, against the Blue Jackets, I believe. So we do
That is good.
have an equal playing ground against them. So, and they're on the same time
Yeah.
schedule as well. So that is
Yeah.
at least the one good thing about it.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the first point. I want to talk about Quinn Byfield. Not only did he slow down the game on his goal, right? He took his time, which was really good to see, and that's like the type of highlights that we see with him down on the rain when he was down there for the conditioning sprint. But he also was using his body today. I mean, he had like 3 or 4 big hits where he sent the guy sprawling on the ice, which was really nice to see. I think that just gave that line a little bit more energy, knowing that QE is going to run some people over.
Yeah, I mean, totally. That goal was nasty. I know we were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to find what his size is because he's 6'5",
Mm-hmm.
6'5", 220. So he's starting to use that body of his, dude, because he's a tank.
Yeah.
And we saw in that huge hit behind the play. I forget who he hit, but he just knocked him to the ground. That was awesome. And
I know.
yeah, dude, he's just really impressive. It was a good takeaway from the game today.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see him keep playing like that, especially if he's going to be on that top line. He needs to bring that kind of energy every day, not just every once in a while.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things we were talking about from a while ago, is that when he's at his best, he's playing with some physicality, using that big size of his.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, like, sometimes it's along the boards, but sometimes it's not. And overall, just using that physicality is what we need from him.
Yeah, and I mean, when he first came back up from the conditioning sprint with the rain, we were like, he needs to start using his body better. He was just timid on the ice, wasn't really using it. So now that he's starting to use it, you can see his game's starting to get a little bit better. He's also scoring some goals now, which is nice to see. So hopefully
He looks
keeps continuing.
like a hockey player.
Mm-hmm. Looks like
Straight
a top
up.
liner.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next point. Goaltending in LA.
Oh gosh.
Is this the end
All right,
of
so
Phoenix Copley?
it's
This might be the end of him.
okay, so actually somebody that I talked to about Kings hockey called this, saying, yeah, Copley was the GOAT, but we should have dealt him when he was hot, and we can't expect this to happen and to consistently happen. And I honestly agree. I mean, what did he have, like 30 career games in the NHL
Yeah,
before
something like that.
before he came to the Kings? Like, he's not supposed to be the guy that's 12-2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just not supposed to be right, or 10-2 or whatever it was. Like, that's not him. And I do think he's starting to get back to himself, unfortunately.
I mean, the really good news is that the timing of this, of him starting to fall off, and with Jonathan Quick looking really good tonight, I mean, it couldn't happen at that much of a better time for the Kings, hypothetically.
Yeah.
But interesting take that I heard, Foxy said that he would start Jonathan Quick tomorrow against the Chicago Blackhawks. After playing 59 minutes today, he'd start him again. And I was like, that would be interesting to see. I mean,
That is very bold take, but honestly, I would have to agree. I mean, their goals, I wouldn't throw the blame on Quickie on any of them, really. They're just some good goals.
first penalty on the penalty, the high tip should have been covered. There shouldn't even be a high tip there. Second one was one on old breakaway,
Another
on
tip-in,
breakdown.
right?
And then the third one was that last tip-in. So, I mean, all three of the goals that he gave up weren't 100% on him. So,
Yeah, I mean, tipping, tipping, like, and then yeah, I mean, you're talking two tippins. Like that's just hockey, bro. They just found themselves in a good position. Like you give credit to the Preds there, but I'm thinking right now long term, especially with this deadline coming up. I don't see us making a move for another goalie, and what I'm kind of confused on, and I'm sure a lot of you are, is that we see Cal Peterson in the AHL with a 2.62 goals against and a 917 save percentage. And the question of when is he ready to come back is real now, especially with Copley struggling. I mean, I don't know what you think of that.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with that. But then you also see the game where he gave up 7 goals to an AHL team.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to see
Yeah,
him come
it was a
back
few
up.
weeks back, but yeah, no, it's still
But
real.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, it's weird.
yeah, I know we can send Copley back down because we don't have to. He doesn't have to clear waivers, but Peterson would have to clear waivers if we do want to send him back down when we bring him back up. So I mean, it's just something that management's gonna have to figure out. I mean, hopefully we don't. This doesn't even matter. Quickie gets really hot and he's our starting goalie for the next year
Yeah,
or the rest of the year. I mean, he looked
no,
good
totally.
today.
But
I mean,
yeah,
some of the like 1-on-0 shots that he saved, Forsberg's breakaway,
hmm,
like he had some really
yeah,
good saves, and he didn't
dude,
look out of
big
place.
saves, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he kept the Kings in
He
the
was
game.
honestly the reason that it wasn't a blowout.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
I mean,
I don't know, dude. I don't know what they're gonna do.
going back to Copley again. I mean, I know that he didn't have the best game, but some of the recent stuff is like fixable in my mind. Like him just sitting on the goal line against the second goal they let in between the legs, he should have been out of the top of the crease. I mean, some of this might be just maybe he's not having proper recovery, proper whatever for the last 2 games. I mean,
It could be.
maybe he can bounce back from it, see him in a back-to-back start next weekend, and hopefully he can
It could be.
bounce back from this.
I mean, yeah. I mean, dude, Phoenix Copley is sitting right about where his career average is. So I think this is kind of what we could expect from him. But I mean, man is still 12-3 this year.
12-4 now.
Like that is nothing to shame. 12 and
Oh no,
12 and 4
he's
maybe
12-3 now still because technically Quick will get
because
the
we
loss
tied it.
because we
Yeah.
tied it. So
R.I.P. That sucks. But yeah, 12-3,
heartbreaker.
898 save percentage. His career save percentage is 900 flat. Like I think this is kind of what we're expecting. But if the Kings want to seriously contend for playoffs, we need to find a goalie that is a little bit above that. And like kind of what we did last year with Peterson and Quickie and just riding the hot hand.
Hmm.
I that's for me. That's what I want to get to, and then we'll figure out in the playoffs. We'll figure out when we get there, if we get there,
I mean,
if when.
right now
Hopefully,
it got flipped from Copley to Quick in my mind. Like Quick's our starting goalie now.
yeah.
So
No, I completely agree. It sucks, man. But when do you? So this leads me to this question: is when do you call it Peterson?
or do you? Do you let him stay down there the whole year so he has some extra cap space to make a move at the deadline?
Yeah, that's another thing.
Because right now, what we're saving, like 1.2 million or whatever it is. I don't know exactly how
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
It's
but
been a while.
that's still money, dude.
But yeah, that could be a contract that we pick up and we make a run with whoever we pick up. So.
Because remember, the cap is going up, right?
Mhm.
And Quickie's off the table, or he's off.
Mhm.
His salary's done after this year. His salary, his contract is up
Mhm.
after this year. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So yeah,
All right. So normally this is not something that we've talked too much on this podcast, but I just like to give a little shout out to Brandon Lemieux, completely changing the momentum there in the first period. I mean, that's a
hmm,
really tough job to have, and I'm sure he much rather be a skill guy where he can just go out there and score a bunch of goals instead of having to drop the gloves every now and then. But he understands his role, and it's something that he's really good at. So just quick shout out to him.
well said. Yeah.
Now we get to talk about the fun part, the third period
Hey, I want
slide.
to talk about
Oh,
the what?
carry on. What's your point? What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Dowdy. Are we gonna have time to shout out Dowdy at
Yeah,
any of this?
standout players, of course, at the end.
Okay, yeah, I can talk about him for like 3 hours. So
Oh boy. Well, we're trying to keep it under 15 minutes, so you're gonna be limited.
yeah,
Third period slide. We had no offensive time. Like it was insane. I know intermissions they changed the momentum at all, reset it, whatever. But it was insane to see how much momentum we had in the second period to just come out flat-footed in the third period, not even getting any offensive time, spending the whole period in our zone until we gave up 3 goals. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just something that can't happen. If we want to be a playoff team, if we want to win the playoffs, we gotta be able to control a lead. So,
Mm-hmm. No, 100%.
hmm
And they really got bailed. Nashville did by that second period ending because we were buzzing again.
hmm yeah,
And what sucks is that you see that and you feel it, and then it ends, and you're like, oh shit. And we come out in the third, and it's like, oh, here we go again. And yeah, that kind of makes it more painful. This loss more painful is that we saw it, like we knew we had it too, and then the third period comes around, and it's like this is a completely different team,
hmm
and
Like
it hurt.
Doughty said this in his post game interview. He was like, before the third period, there wasn't a doubt in my mind that we weren't gonna win this game. He thought 100% they're gonna win it, and then they go out and play like that. So, I mean,
And he played like it.
hmm yeah, he was pissed at the end on some of the icings. He was
Yeah.
shooting the puck down into the glass, and at the end, he took a slap shot at one of the Nashville players, except he whiffed. So, I mean,
Hmm.
yeah. All right, we can get on. We'll skip a little bit and get on to the standout players because I know you got a lot to say about them. So,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
let you go
So
first.
yeah. So I want a huge shout out to Drew Doughty. Dude, right away when the Quickie gets in there, freaking Doughty's gets in the middle of a 2-on-1. You need that when your goaltending is shaky. You need
hmm
that, man. And then, dude, Doughty freaking. I thought so when Quickie was like behind the net or something.
hmm
I thought it was him that saved it at first, and I look and Doughty's just eating the puck, dude. Like he's showing me that he's a leader on this squad, bro.
hmm
And that was huge. Like that genuinely saved the game.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like he took control again. Like he was playing with that fire, and he was the only one that felt like they were like really pissed off. And like that's what a captain does. Not even that he's the captain wearing the captain, but that's what a leader does.
hmm I don't know.
What you notice from Dowdy?
Yeah, just basically you mentioned everything that I would say. I mean, yeah, like you see the complete difference in our decor from now versus our season last year when he got hurt. I mean, with him in our lineup,
Oof.
yeah, we're not playing too good right now, but last year was really tough without him, and you can see the impact that he makes in games like these.
Hmm.
All right, going on to my first standout player, and this one is more of a kind of surprise pick for me. Like I didn't think I'd ever be doing this too often, but I'm gonna give it to Sean Dursey. I mean, we haven't said his name negatively in the past 8 podcasts. I mean, he's been playing good defensively. He's standing up for Quick as well. He took that penalty, but that was pretty funny to me seeing him jumping up and cross checking, then falling over right away because he hit him so hard.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and then also with the goal as well, getting an assist on the night as well, so 2 points on the night for him. I mean, yeah, what else can you ask from your second D pair? So I like that.
That's an amazing one. You actually snagged mine. I just love the fire he was playing with.
Mm-hmm.
Standout. I know he played a minute, but this is gonna be Phoenix Copley, and I love him. He saved our season, honestly. But man, oh man, he is rough right now, bro. Like he's just a head case. It looks like, and I don't know what's to come. Um, I know a lot of Kings fans are feeling the same way as me, in that wow, this guy sucks. But he also is 12-3 this year, so we got to chill,
Yeah.
including myself, and that's why I'm controlled.
I mean,
But
6 goals on 20 shots is pretty hard to what's it called? Like look around and not talk trash about. But yeah, hopefully he figures it out and becomes a good backup, or he'll be back down on the rain soon.
hmm
And yeah, I mean, we already mentioned him earlier, but Quinn Byfield, the other standout for me, just playing good hockey right now. We said what we said earlier, so not much else to add there. But yeah,
Oh wait, I wanted to mention that one dude. Did you see those saucer passes? Like Dowdy
Yes,
saucer
on
to
the
Kopi
Kempe goal.
saucer.
Dude, Dowdy sauce. Holy crap. I don't think I've seen anybody either stupid enough or skillful enough to try that. Like
Bro.
if he missed that sauce pass, that's a 2-on-0 right in front of our goal. And he went for it. The cojones
Shout
on
out to
Drew
Drew.
Doughty. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Dude, that was amazing. Just the saucers. I was like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Dude, also, what was with Fiala and Arvidsson doing between the leg passes today? We had two of them. I was like, what's going
I
on
don't
with our
know.
team?
Dude, they've been working on that, I think.
I don't know, man. That's
Didn't
just...
Arby have that one that was actually a dime, though?
Yeah, he had it to the middle, to the no, yeah. All right. Goal predictions against the Blackhawks. Go ahead.
Blackhawks game is tomorrow, right?
Yes, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I'm gonna go Kevin Fiala again. You know what? Actually, no. Screw that.
You're just
boring.
begging. You're just begging at this point. Who?
I'm begging to be right. You're right. I'm gonna go bold here. I'm gonna go freaking Blake freaking Lizotte.
That is
I
a
don't know
pretty,
why.
pretty bold take. An even bolder
Yeah,
take
there's
would be
probably
saying Velarde and hopefully that he comes back tomorrow.
That's the rumor though.
Ooh,
Ooh,
I got a bold
Turcotte.
take here. I was gonna say Turcotte was first goal.
Ooh,
Let's
fire me
go.
up. I'm with it.
Let's go Kopitar. He's gonna get back on track. He's gonna score a goal here tomorrow. Got a good feeling. Hey, your face is frozen, by the way, again.
Sick.
It's alright. They don't need to see you. Your voice is all we need. But yeah, so hopefully the Kings can flip the script tomorrow, come away with a W, and whether it be Jonathan Quick or Copley in goal, we still got to play better in front of them and give them a chance to win. So thanks for watching, guys. We will catch you guys in the next podcast with hopefully the Black Hawk game.